What's up everyone, this is Jason here, and we actually bought something that I did not believe I was ever going to purchase. We actually got, yes it is, the machine vapor. Okay, now I picked this up off of a website called tradeyourgun.com. They deal with used markers and new markers. For the price that I got this for, it was an unbeatable deal. I actually got this for around $900, and these markers retail in the $1,600 range. Okay, so so far we really haven't dove too much into the marker. I ripped it apart and checked it out, cleaned it, lubed it. That's about the extent. So what we're going to do is we're just going to cover the marker, talk about a few things, and within time, we will have the efficiency test, the full dismantle. We will go through everything like we do with all the guns. So, let's go ahead and open this up. And of course, I found one that actually comes with the case, so I definitely scored on that. Now, this one did come with a little, I'm going to call it a postcard, and an actual illustrated manual. It's very small, but the good thing, it actually does tell you what each of your functions on the board does. Now, the board on this is an Ape Rampage 4th generation OLED. This board is the exact same one that I had in my Revy, probably just a little fine-tuned. It's the exact same one you find in the Revy. It's the exact same one you find in the Dangerous Power FX. Okay, Vapor, I'm pretty sure, probably asked Dangerous Power to help them out, or vice versa. They knew somebody, something had to happen. So with the one I got, I actually was able to get all the barrels. Now let's go ahead and go through them. The barrels you get is a 697, a 693, a 689, and a 685. So pretty much these I'm probably hardly ever going to use. 685 I'm definitely going to use because it's, you know, most of the paint I shoot is 684. So that one, yes. These, highly undoubtful. Now the one thing I do want to talk about is the barrel tip does have a lot of porting, so this barrel will be quiet. And the mirror finish on this is actually pretty damn good. So let's just push this to the side because it's a box like you guys always hear me talk about. And let's get to the gun. Okay, so here it is. This one is gray with lime accents, or accents, whatever you want to call them. There you go. Overall, just from holding the gun and just monkeying with it, I do have to say this gun feels really, really good in the hands. Very lightweight. It weighs in at 1 pound and 15 ounces. The trigger is only a 2-point adjustment. It's not a 3 or 4. It's only a 2-point. You only have the micro activator and the magnet. That's it. You have nothing else on this marker as far as a trigger that you can adjust. The anodizing on this is absolutely beautiful. It is a very well anodized marker. Of course, for paying the price these are brand new, it better be. That's all I gotta say. The grip is designed to basically be a right-handed player or a left-handed player. Now, on the side note, these brand new come with 2 triggers. I've already contacted Machine Paintball. I'm waiting to hear back from them of basically seeing if I can get a free trigger or if I have to buy one. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. Now, let's go ahead and dive on in. Now, the ball detents and the eye covers are resemble to the 2009 Impulse and even the Lux. All you do, push forward with your thumbnail and it pops out. So we'll put that to side. Okay, the ball tents are actually at an angle. So instead of the ball just basically whacking them or coming in contact, the ball, we'll go ahead and use the finger here, actually slides forward and barely hits the detent. you can actually see, we'll try to get this as close as we can to the camera, I do apologize, that it is slanted. And of course, some people are going to ask me, how the hell did you get that off? Easy. It is held on by a magnet. And we're going to do a test right now, since this is the small review. So we'll go ahead and put this. Oh, one quick question I don't want to get. They are using wired eyes, not ribbon eyes. Okay, we'll just put it back on and close it. Now people are going to say, well, what if you're switching hands? It's going to come off. Well, not necessarily, guys. Okay, and I'm sorry, I do have to use this hand. I actually sliced my thumb open at work, so I have to kind of keep away from my thumb on this hand, guys. As you can see, you can actually hear it moving, but it is not coming off. We'll even do it upside down a little bit for you here, and it is holding on good. The feed neck is actually very, very low, but here is a problem. The feed neck cannot be removed. The feed neck is actually part of the body. So if you bend your feed neck, you can't unscrew it. You can't put a new one on. You're going to have to figure out a way to rebend it without damaging it. Okay, so just word of the wise. And of course, you can see the nice little vapor on both sides of the gun, of course. Now it does have a ASA right here, which you can do it either way. Now, we've gassed it up and, shot some paint through it. Not a lot, though. The one thing, when you gas this up, it pressurizes pretty quick, so you're going to hear like a poof. That's okay. That's just the gun pressurizing. Do not be alarmed. The trigger cannot come out just by removing these two screws. It cannot. You have to remove those two screws, loosen the front screw and the back screw, and then the trigger, not the trigger, if you start to wiggle the frame a little bit, the trigger can then slide out, but not until you do that. Of course, it does have the OLED board, which, like I said, it's identical. We'll even go ahead and turn it on, and if the camera doesn't pick this up, I am sorry, but this is a very bright board. Okay, oh wait, actually I held down the trigger, I'm sorry about that. There we go. Okay, let's do this again without holding down the trigger. Okay, now the one thing I do like about this 4th generation ape is if you don't have a ball in there, you just get an X. As soon as you see a ball, you get a circle. I at least like that, very cut and dry. On the board, of course, it does show you what mode you're in and how fast or your BPS, so if a ref comes up and accuses you, you can show him in plain sight. Okay, so let's go ahead and, of course, to disable the eyes, you have the power button here, and you have the eyes right here to turn them off. Okay, so we're going to turn the board off. Now, the trigger, even though it's only a 2-post trigger, I do have to admit it is actually very smooth, very easy to pull, very easy to walk, or butterfly, whatever you want to call it. I would like to see another adjustment on it, only to, only to keep it so it doesn't go so far down on the frame. So I think that would be a good investment or a good upgrade. Now, as far as the bolt system, which everyone has been asking, there is one issue I see, but we'll cover that in a minute. Push up, rotate, whole thing slides out, and there is your entire bolt. The bolt is only actually 3 pieces, and that is it. Now, of course, this one does have the new bolt system. I actually have the old one right here to show you. So there you go. The old one is a gold-plated, and you can tell that the bolt tips are different. This one's basically indented with a 3-arm system. This one actually has a hole for the paint just to rest right there, but it still has a 3-arm system, and of course, this is red. Kind of a dead giveaway. Put it back together. Real simple. Okay. Now, the one thing, this is a spool gun. It is not a poppet. It is a spool. Here is a little problem that you guys might run into. Is this is spring activated. Now, of course, when you put it in, you put it at an angle. Keep your thumb on the locker. Push it in. And release. It did not lock down. So, just push it down manually. Now, I'm going to look into a fix for that. It could be as simple as basically figuring out a way to completely dismantle this, taking out that spring and cleaning it, or even tighten it, stretching it out a little bit to add more pressure to it. I will definitely look into that for us. Okay, so the big question I know I'm going to get next. Do you think it's worth $1,600? I'm going to tell you right now, no way in hell. This gun is great. But don't get me wrong, I think that's why I bought a marker off of trademygun.com. Is I was not going to pay $1,600 for a gun. I did that before and I totally regretted it. If this marker would come down and they would start selling these for $1,000 or even $1,200, I'm pretty sure people will start buying them. And the one thing to clarify now, that whole crap again about, oh well, it costs us that much because we have to machine drill it through the grip. That's a bunch of malarkey. You look at the G5, that has machined. You even look at the ZR1 Renegade, made by Zodiac Paintball. That's machine drilled down the frame. That's not an excuse anymore. Now, I can't wait to really dive into this marker like we were mentioning. I definitely cannot wait to do a shooting video for you guys. But as of right now, my first feelings of it is it's a very light marker. It's very compact. I like it. It fits actually really, really well in the hands. I'm not going to lie. It feels great in the hands. The grip on this thing is amazing. But the one thing it always comes down to is price. Price. $1,600, way too expensive. They come down to, like I said, the $1,000, maybe $1,200. I'm pretty sure these markers will be flying more and more. I can't wait to take this on the field. And the only other thing is I really hope that Virtue will make an updated board for this. Because if they did, this marker would be flying. Because all my guns, every single one I've home, the Virtue boards really kick up the performance, and I like that feeling. So, other than that, this is Jason with a slightly new, we'll say that, Machine Vapor. Thank you very much for watching.